So
All
is
right,
chat.
It's going. Welcome to another
No,
episode.
it's not.
Of
It's not
Who's Your
recording
Nerds
yet.
Pod.
It says
It's not
It's
there.
let
Now
everyone
it
know
is.
you're being recorded.
Now it is.
now it's recording.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds Podcast with your hosts, Mikey, Chris, and Chris.
What's up? What's up, everyone?
Howdy. This feels weird being, on this end of it now.
It's House of Dragons Cobra Kai week.
That's what she said.
So we're going right into House of Dragons, I guess. We got any
Yeah, let's go to
miscellaneous things we got to clear up first? Or
I was going to talk about. I watched that Moonfall movie.
is it shitty?
No, but it's not good either.
So it's like the new Thor movie.
Is it? It's another like
Worse.
apocalyptic.
Yeah,
It's worse
yeah.
than the Thor movie.
It's your standard apocalyptic end of the
Okay.
world. We're humans somehow. We got to figure out how to, fix it.
Which one's worse, Moonfall or like the 2020 or whatever it was?
2012.
2012. Yeah.
I think 2012 was worse.
Yeah.
Really?
I think this movie was really carried.
That was watchable.
Let's just talk about it. Moonfall was really carried by its actors. It's Halle Berry, Patrick Wilson, John Bradley, are the three main ones. Donald Sutherland's in it, but he plays just a minor role. And Michael Pena are both in it, but they don't play a big role. Basically, the moon's falling out of orbit, and Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson are astronauts, and John Bradley, who is Samwell in Game of Thrones,
right?
He is the crazy conspiracy theorist that no one believes, but then believes him in the end.
Oh,
because he's
like Randy Quaid in Independence Day.
Yeah, he's telling everyone the moon's falling, but no one wants to believe him until here it comes. Basically, it was a very predictable movie after you got pretty into it. I'm just gonna say it all because I don't think you guys really care, do you?
No, go ahead, because I probably ain't gonna watch it.
Basically, the moon was put there by aliens. We find out it's a megastructure, and there's an alien trying to destroy it, who keeps attacking. Like, we sent a probe up to figure out why, and they attack the probe. And then all sorts of hijinks starts happening on Earth. Weird gravitational stuff because the moon is right above the Earth, falling into it.
Does the probe come out of Cartman's ass?
Yes.
Cool.
So they go to the moon to try to blow it up, and things happen. They can't do it. They crash inside the moon, which they do figure out the Dyson sphere. And they find out ancient humans built the Dyson sphere because it's a whole movie basically saying that AI is bad. Because AI becomes sentient and starts killing the ancient humans. And Earth was like an ark to try to make the humans survive. And then it ends with, remember how the last Independence Day ended? With the aliens arming up the humans to fight the other aliens. Do you remember that?
And what was it?
The last Independence Day, the sequel.
Oh no, I didn't see the sequel.
Okay, so the sequel ended with them giving the humans weapons and stuff to lead a rebellion against the other aliens that keep attacking Earth. Well, the Welcome to Earth aliens. Well, this kind of ended the same way. The ancient humans start arming up the new humans to fight the AI. So it wasn't a bad movie, but they randomly left it open for a sequel, and I know that won't happen because that movie flopped hard in the theaters. Let me see how much it made. It made $59 million in the box office.
What was the budget? I'm looking it up too.
146 million.
Oh my god!
So it's not getting a sequel. I can guarantee you that. But I might be wrong because you never know. It might actually do good on because it's on HBO Max. And honestly, if you have like a 2 hours to kill, like and you don't know what to watch, it wasn't a bad movie. It was entertaining. I was entertained the entire time.
It only grossed 9.8 million its opening weekend. It only grossed 19 million in America.
Yeah,
That's awful.
it definitely felt like one of those movies that like they had these actors in their contract to do. Like, hey, you have a contract to do like 5 movies with us or something.
You know,
And that
this is Roland Emmerich directed it. Have you seen what other shit he's put out?
no.
Midway, Day After Tomorrow, the sequel to Independence Day,
No wonder it was basically Independence Day
2012, 10,000 BC. He did do The Patriot. That was really good. But he did Godzilla that sucked. The Matthew Broderick one.
He's working on the new Stargate. I'm not
Yeah.
too.
He did Stargate. That was a
Well,
good
he did
movie.
do Stargate. So
And he did
he did
Universal Soldier.
SG-1 and Atlantis and Universe. So
He did that movie that me and Josie went to see that they put on when we went to see Mystery Science Theater 3000 live.
what movie was that?
I believe. Hold on, I'm gonna look.
10,000 BC wasn't bad. He's done a lot of good stuff. Stargate, Day After Tomorrow, 10,000 BC. But then he's done shit like 2012, Independence Day Resurgence,
Maybe it's not on his IMDb because it sucks so bad.
Dark Horse.
That was a TV movie. This came out in the 80s.
Excuse me.
I think it was Making Contact. It is Making Contact. That's the one he did. It's on Tubi now. You can watch it without the jokes.
Tubi still exists?
Yeah. It's without the jokes. I don't know how you can watch it without the jokes. We were dying laughing with the jokes. And that's the movie. Remember I was telling you they had all kinds of licensing infringements because it's like full of Star Wars stuff and
No. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that.
yeah. Yeah,
He's
it's a
done stuff. Sorry.
He did that. That was one of his first movies, I think, 1985.
Oh yeah, there it is. I see it. He's done good stuff. It's just he's very much it's either good or bad. There's no in between.
I mean, Universal Soldier was pretty cool.
I like Universal Soldier.
Stargate's good. But he went from The Patriot, which was in 2000, till I thought White House Down was good. Is that the one with that's the one with Channing Tatum? I thought that was better than the other one.
Zero or the one with Gerald Butler.
Yeah. He did Midway. Midway was good.
It wasn't as good as the original, but it wasn't not as bad movie.
Well, that's because in the original they used real
planes and people that fought
real footage from the Battle of Midway.
And actual actors that were in the war.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was good, but
yeah.
I agree it wasn't the original.
Okay, let's talk about House of the Dragon.
Well, hold on. We're talking about movies. I watched Thor, Love and Thunder.
Finally.
It was on Disney.
I know.
It should have been called
Pinocchio's on Disney Plus now too. We got to watch that.
Thor sucks ass is what it should be called. That movie was terrible. It was all eye candy.
It wasn't a bad movie. It's not the worst
good
Thor movie
either, though. I like the Ragnarok was much better.
Ragnarok is top 3 Marvel movies. Yeah,
this just wasn't. I think they just tried to trick people with special effects instead of a good story.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. And also, you said Pinocchio, right?
Yeah.
You might want to look this up. There is a Pinocchio with Pauly Shore. Does a Pinocchio movie. I don't know when he did it, but it's like a cartoon, I think. And hold on a show. We might want to watch this actually because here we go. Pinocchio, a true story. It came out in 2021, right? It's animated, but it's got Pauly Shore and John Heder, who was Napoleon Dynamite. So, sex and nudity severe. There's profanity, alcohol, drugs, and smoking. In this version, Pinocchio is made of methamphetamines and frequently snorts his own shavings to go on drug-fueled rampages.
What the fuck?
That's not real.
Swear to God! It's called Pinocchio, a true story. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It's on Amazon Prime.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to look it up another way. I've got to watch this movie.
Yeah, I might have to.
I might have to also. That sounds like a winner right there. I don't know. I don't know anything else.
How'd you find out about this?
I saw it on TikTok because they were
Okay.
talking about the new Pinocchio movie coming out.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, "There is another Pinocchio that was voiced by Pauly Shore," and he talked about it. I'm like, "Oh my God,
it
I
just
gotta
came
find
out last year. I never heard of it.
Yeah,
Fucking pandemic killed it.
I know, right? I would have been in line to see this movie. Definitely.
COVID killed everything.
COVID. Rated PG for brief violence, some peril, and brief language. But this is profanity severe.
Brief
Alcohol, drugs, and
language.
smoking severe. Huh?
Brief language.
Sex and nudity. Pinocchio draws a strange symbol onto Geppetto's work table to summon a demon in order to trade Geppetto's soul to be a real boy. The demon turns out to be a succubus, and Geppetto gets kinky.
Apparently, I'm reading something on it says it has nothing to do with the original Pinocchio story.
Is this kind of like the?
Who cares?
Is this kind of like the not Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, the new horror movie.
Yeah, the new horror Winnie the Pooh movie.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, it's an origin story.
Gosh.
Only because did his trademark run out? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the trademark ran out.
So they made a horror movie for
Mhm.
That's awesome. But I'm back on. Now we can go back to the House of Dragons.
It started off with a bang with that little kid killing the one guy.
Dude, that kid's a beast, right?
I know. I wonder who he is. I forget his name. Do you?
Black something.
Blackstone or Black Gem.
Blackie.
Yeah. It was a very story based episode. Not a lot of action.
I said when Damon showed up, I'm like, okay, this is not like Damon. Like even though we've only kind of seen him for like 2 episodes maybe. He just didn't act like what I thought he would act like. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but then towards the end, then you kind of find out, after the behind the scenes or whatnot episode, you kind of find out his intention the whole time. He was just playing like a front, I guess, to get back at Viserys.
Yeah,
Well,
I think he
what?
wanted to be he wanted to be seen at the house with her, or the pleasure house with her.
Yeah,
The whorehouse.
yeah.
You know what? It got to the whorehouse, and I got to thinking. I'm like, wait a second. Aren't they related? Like, it took me that long to figure that out for some reason. I don't know why.
That's what Targaryens do. They marry their sisters, their uncles, their dads, their moms. It's what they do. They keep it in the family.
I know, but man, I was like, wow. I knew
They
she was
put the
going to get it on with her
Habsburgs-
guard, though.
They put the Habsburgs to shame. Glad Mikey got that joke.
The what?
The Habsburgs. They were an Austrian nobility family that ruled like the entire all of Europe. Like their family was in all of Europe, but they kept it in the family.
That's what the mafia did. That's why they say the mafia went to shit, because they started marrying cousins and stuff.
Oof.
And they got stupider and stupider.
I mean, yeah. I was like, it's probably okay for maybe. I don't condone this at all, but back then, it was probably okay for maybe like one, maybe 2 generations. But then if you just kept on doing it and just crossing that DNA and stuff like that,
Yeah.
it probably turned out pretty bad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Still waiting for Olivia Cook to show up. God damn it! It's gonna be like the last
How
like
soon?
couple episodes.
How many more episodes till what's her name? Alessandra or whatever her name is. What's her name?
Alicent.
Allison.
Yeah.
How long before she throws herself off of
Oh yeah, just jumps out the window like fucking.
she jumps off the window. How long?
Like
Because
Tarzan.
I honestly thought she
Probably
was
2 or
gonna do
3
it
more
this
episodes
episode. I really thought she was going to do it this episode.
with the baby in her hand. I did too.
No, I just figured after she got done being soiled by the king that she was just going to walk up to the top of the castle and just take a flying leap.
She really doesn't want to be there. She doesn't even want to be queen.
Yeah.
Like she just wants to be a lady.
Yeah,
Right,
I felt
that's
like
kind of like Joffrey's brother.
Yeah, I felt like the show did like a great storytelling of the fact like I know it kind of went to like when Alicent and Rhaenyra, when they were discussing when they were sitting there on the bench and discussing what a proper like queen or woman does, because Rhaenyra doesn't want to get married or something.
Well, so she said she doesn't want to be stuck in the castle making.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to make babies until she dies.
Right.
And be like a political like pawn, I guess. So it did great storytelling from that end, and then it kind of went into like Damon showing Rhaenyra like what sex really is. Like it could be pleasure. I mean, it doesn't have to be just for fucking spawns, just to make spawns.
Well, I think
and heirs.
I think she kind of figured that out when she got with her.
Yeah.
Her knight and her shining armor.
But she didn't know that until I don't think she really kind of understood that until Damon took her to that pleasure house.
Right. I agree. Oh, I think so too. I see what you're saying. Yeah, you're probably right.
So and then it goes from them, and then it shows Rhaenyra doing that with Christian Cole, and then just a couple scenes later, it shows fucking Viserys just laying the pipe down on Alicent. So, and then you can see it in her expression, like, this is not what I want. I mean, I guess like she's tired of it. Maybe.
Right.
Can I say something real quick? They need to cut up some pool noodles and put them over the Iron Throne for him.
Yeah, he's just.
He's getting all cut up. He needs to wear like armor when he sits on the throne or something.
I have a feeling he's probably going to die before the end of the season or at the end of the season.
He is only. I think he's only gonna last another couple episodes with how cut up. He's lost another finger.
But I liked him too. I liked him in this kind of episode. You kind of see his evolution too. At the end of the episode when it also discussed kind of like the episode behind the scenes or whatnot. The executive producer was like, you kind of see him go from being really like laid back type and maybe asking his advisors more like the first few episodes and trying to get their advice until this episode, kind of towards the middle of it. After that, he's like, okay, I'm the king and I can do what the fuck I want. Like you can kind of see his demeanor change almost, especially when Damon he does his shit.
Otto Hightower is going to be some trouble. He's going to be in the new Littlefinger.
He's a tattletale. Yeah, he is like Littlefinger.
He's like a mixture of Littlefinger and um oh, what's his face? The eunuch.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say him.
Viserys.
Yeah.
No, not Viserys. Viserys.
No,
There was a V, didn't it?
that sounds right.
Oh my gosh, why am I being so bad with Game of Thrones names?
I don't know.
I'm looking it up.
That's what I was trying to do.
I remember his name was like the Spider.
We get it. But yeah, because he had his just like
His little birds.
Otto Tider. Yeah, just like Otto Hightower had his little kid.
Varys, Lord Varys.
Yeah, there we
Varys.
are, Varys.
Varys, Viserys. It's close enough.
Right.
But yeah, he kind of thought he was doing a good thing, but just like he's trying to play the Game of Thrones.
He is really.
He wants Aegon, like in the sneak peek, he wants Aegon on that throne. So I wonder
Good
who's going to
episode.
be the I wonder who's going to be the next Hand of the King. Would it be someone? Would it be someone new? What if it? Oh man, it would have been awesome if Damon was, but he kind of ruined that.
Well, he's
I bet
ruined
he
it, and
would have been.
the other guys ruined it too. But I don't even know. I don't know. You think they're gonna bring in somebody outside?
What about? The
I
sea
think
snake?
it's somebody
new
we've
character?
seen. I bet it will be the Sea Snake.
You think?
Corlys.
Yeah, he's gonna marry.
Maybe someone in that family.
Yeah, or maybe there's the son, the guy Rhaenyra is gonna be marrying.
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
I'm excited for the next episode. I
Yeah.
haven't watched any more of Lord of the Rings. It's just not on my to-do list, really.
I started it the other day, but I fell asleep. It was late.
What the heck? Well, you just posted in the group chat. Oh my god!
I know, right?
Did you watch the second episode though, Chris?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Can I want to go over the announcements some of the announcements at D23 this week. There was a lot. Some Marvel stuff. They showed some new stuff. They're making a new Haunted Mansion movie based on the ride. There's a live action Snow White with Rachel Ziegler as Snow White and Gal Gadot as the stepmother. They showed a trailer for the live action Little Mermaid. Halle Berry as Ariel.
No, it's not. It's Haley Bailey.
Haley Bailey. No, it's Halle Berry.
No.
Like Halle Berry's
Bailey.
old.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I guess it is Haley Bailey. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
I thought
I
it
was
was
so
Halle Berry too when
confident.
I read it, but I was like, no,
I
it's
was
Haley
so
Bailey.
confident in what I was saying. And then they announced some new Pixar movies, Inside Out 2 among some of them. I know there's just a lot of Disney news. I'm excited.
I'm all for inclusion. I want. I don't know. I don't like Ariel.
You don't like what?
I'm all for inclusion, but I think they're pushing it.
They're pulling a
pushing it.
Netflix.
Yeah.
They're Netflixing it up.
Yeah.
And if they, it's
Come on, Mikey.
And it even if they made Prince Eric, I mean black, I still would have been like, so it's not just Ariel, but maybe then again it kind of reflects on what it was back what it was like back in the '90s or whatnot when they first made them. I mean, they made every princess was black or white back then. So maybe it's just them making up for it or something. But I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll see how it is. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good. I'm not going to care either way.
Yeah, If you can look past it, of course. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will.
As long
And
as
a
the
lot of people
animation's
won't
good.
either. But yeah, I mean, as long as the story's good.
Who's playing the? Oh yeah, Melissa. I can't wait. Melissa McCarthy is Ursula.
Oh, that'll be good.
Mm-hmm. Jonah Howard King is Prince Eric.
I don't know who that is.
This is his first big thing. I don't really recognize anything else he's been in. What?
I don't recognize anything else. But
I don't.
That's fine.
Anyways, you guys are gonna be mad, but I didn't really watch. Did you guys see what the Colts did?
What? Get rid of Rigo?
Yeah, Rigo.
Yep.
The peak male performance is out of the NFL now.
I know. I don't know what to do with my. I have Blankenship socks. What do I do with them now?
You have what?
I have his sock. I have socks with his face on it.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like an animated cartoon type.
Right.
But yeah, I got them for Christmas, and now I don't know what to do with them.
Keep them. I have an Andrew Luck jersey and a Marvin Harrison jersey.
You can wear the Harrison jersey.
different.
You just can't wear
That's
the Luck jersey.
I wear the Luck jersey all the time.
I've got a Marvin Harrison jersey, and then I've got a Burt Jones jersey and an Art Donovan jersey. But those are Baltimore Colts, but that's okay.
And you have a Branch jersey.
I do got like a ton of Raider jerseys, yes.
I can't believe the AFC. There's no AFC South. There's no wins, and two of the teams played.
Can you believe that? That is unbelievable. I would like to know that stat, like if that's ever happened.
I think they said it's the first time it's happened. I was listening to the ESPN radio, and I think that's the first time it's happened.
I mean, you can easily blame that loss though when they went for it on that fourth down. And
yeah.
I mean, they could have kicked field goal there.
Yeah,
the game.
Of course they could have, but then what if they made it? I mean, it's always what if.
I know that.
If they made it, then it'd be like, oh, that guy's a genius, and it's like, well, I think, I agree. You got to get points while it's there. I don't care
if you
what
kick it there.
I mean,
does Rigo still have a job this week?
Maybe.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Let's just remember that is Coach Reich, though. He goes on fourth down a lot.
I mean, it was the first quarter. I get.
Yeah, it was early. I mean,
so early.
So why not just take the points while it's there? I mean,
that was a busted call, though, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, you do have like they probably ran it at that point, didn't they? I mean,
They did run it.
I mean, they have
in the back.
Jonathan Taylor. He's still Jonathan Taylor, but
they didn't run. They didn't give it to Taylor. They gave it to the other guy.
Oh, Hines.
All
right. What's his name?
Nyheim Hines.
Yeah, Nyheim Hines. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah. All right, boys, finish it up. Or you guys can finish it up. I'm gonna dip.
Okay.
Have a good podcast. I'm sorry.
Yep. You're good.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. But yeah, fuck. I don't. I feel like the Colts always start like that. They always start like the first half like slow, and they don't know what they're doing, and then they make this miraculous kind of comeback, and they tie it all together, and then it either falls short or they barely win. And this time it was neither.
Right. Exactly.
But
well, I mean, the Raiders did the same thing.
It's a good sign. Yeah, it's a good sign for the Colts. I mean, that they kind of came back and whatnot, but maybe that's just Houston being crappy.
I think that quarterback for Houston is not that bad.
No.
They got a decent defense too. Houston did.
Yeah.
I thought I was
They're
impressed by their
fast.
defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw where the Raiders made a couple moves and cut some corners and added some new corners because they were getting lit up.
Right. I know. I
Yeah.
was kind of watching that game a little bit. I tried to, and man, I was like, man, with all these weapons, how are they not like just throwing up points on that board?
That's the biggest complaint. But I mean, you could say that about the Colts.
I don't know. But you have the Raiders have Waller, they have Adams now,
Yeah.
they have the white guy, the white receiver,
Renfro.
Renfro, yeah, Hunter, yeah.
Well, Waller just signed a contract. He wasn't even in training camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, still, I mean, he's that talented. I don't think he really needs to.
Right.
But yeah, and then they have Josh Jacobs, and I heard that they didn't run it that much, and they probably should have. They
Yeah,
only ran it 10 times or something with him.
I think so. So
Like, gosh. Uh, yeah. On to week 2. I don't
on
know.
to week 2.
Any other good storylines at NFL? Raiders, the Packers kind of.
Packers get killed. Cardinals are nobody. They play the Rams.
Yeah, I
this weekend.
know. I was like, I thought the Cardinals were good. I know. I don't think Hopkins played. I think he's injured, or suspended or something, right? He's suspended. Yeah.
He's suspended. Yeah.
PEDs. Yep.
So they play the Raiders this weekend. Who the Colts play?
Raiders probably should win.
They should win. Yeah, against that team.
Fuck.
Yes.
The way they
and shoot that Geno Smith. Boy, he lit up the Broncos. He looked good last night from what I saw.
Yeah.
Russell didn't look so good. What do they cut? I read the transcript about them not like going for a 64-yard field goal after they burnt 30 seconds off the clock.
Oh yeah. With the I saw the clip of Peyton Manning. He was sitting there like for like a minute. Like, this is where I would call a timeout.
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, they're probably getting him offside. Okay, all right, let's call a timeout now." Like, he's just sitting there, like, "Come on!" And then they ended up just calling timeout after 30 seconds. Like, what the heck?
Yeah.
You have 3. They have 3 timeouts. What? I mean,
Yeah, I don't understand that at all.
yeah, they definitely
And
could have done differently.
Colts played the Jags,
Yeah,
which they should win that game.
yeah.
I don't know who the Jags played. Who did the Jags play this week? They played. Oh, they played the Commanders.
Yep.
It could be 28-22. Cleveland looked good. Jacoby didn't look bad.
I didn't watch a lot of that. You know,
I saw the highlights.
Clips. Yes, clips of it and whatnot.
Cowboys showed up.
Yeah.
And freaking Prescott's out for a long time too. So
it was his hand. I forget what they said. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a hand injury. So, but
I'm just glad the Colts don't really have anybody injured. They need Shaquille Leonard back. He probably wouldn't.
You know, that's the thing. It's been for like the last maybe 3 or 4 years. Is if you don't stay healthy during the year, you're just out of it.
Yeah,
you're toast. You can't backdoor into a win with your backup quarterback anymore. So, which they used to do back in the 80s. You could suffer, 2 or 3 weeks, but they didn't put them on the protocol and all that stuff like they do now. Those guys play. So that's probably the big difference. But I don't know. Looking forward to it. It was a good first week. What I saw of it, I was watching Indy cars. So.
Yeah. I didn't. Yeah. Did you watch any Cobra Kai?
I watched the whole thing in like 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit!
I watched. I think I watched the first 2, but
I watched 6 episodes on Friday night and the other 4 on Saturday morning.
Classic. That's the best.
I can do this without giving away anything. the way they use nostalgia in that show is better than it's like it's. I mean, Top Gun did it too, but there's so many other movies or shows that try for nostalgia and bring back old characters, and it doesn't like the new Jurassic Park movie. You know, when they intertwined the old with the new.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like it. It didn't like. It seemed like it was kind of a forced issue.
Yeah, unorganic. Yep.
Yeah, but Cobra Kai. I mean, Johnny's quote. I mean, you'll see it. He quotes Rocky. He's you won't notice. There's stuff he quotes Rocky movies, and he's quoting Rocky Four, and he talks about Rocky Four all the time. And um, there was a line in the show where somebody says, I thought they broke up," and the other kid goes, "She did, he didn't," and that's from the original Karate Kid.
Oh yeah. I
That
probably
line
would
was
never
used
caught
in the
that.
original.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that. So that's from the original Karate Kid at the beginning of the movie when he sees him down on the beach with Allie and the soccer ball. He says, "I thought they broke up." Yeah, she did. He didn't. And somebody uses that exact line in this show, which I thought that was kind of cool.
Uh,
But the thing that is mind blowing about this show is the age of these guys, right?
uh-huh.
Ralph Macchio is 61.
No way. No
William
fucking
Zabka.
way.
William Zabka is 56.
Holy shit.
Thomas Ian Griffith, who is what's his name? Terry Silver. He's 60. Chosen is the guy from Karate Kid Part 2,
Uh-huh.
the Japanese guy. He's 63.
And they're
Mark
still moving around like that.
And they move, or it makes me feel like a piece of shit. I mean, 61 years old. I can remember when my grandpa was 61 years old, and he never moved like Ralph Macchio.
Crazy.
I mean, that's mind blowing. I mean, Martin Cove is 76. He's 5 years younger than my dad. Let me think back to 5 years ago. So that would have been 2017. Yeah, my dad had open heart surgery by then. You know, he couldn't walk a lot because his knee hurt. And I mean, these guys are still. I mean, the whole idea of Zabka and Macchio being 56 and 61 blows my mind.
Yeah, I would. They don't even look that old, really.
No,
to be honest.
And I mean, that's. I mean, the show is still. It's just badass. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to see how old Pat Morita was. Pat Morita was 52 when Karate Kid came out.
Oh, he looked older than that.
But he was 52. So Ralph Macchio, even we're on season 4, he was still 50. He was still older than Pat Morita was, doing all this stuff. But Pat Morita wasn't. He wasn't doing the whole. He didn't have to do all the karate moves. He just had to do the basics. He didn't have to do like Ralph Macchio does. But God Almighty, I'm like, how old are these guys? To see, especially this season, a little bit darker in a few episodes, and what these guys put themselves through. I mean, I'm like, holy shit! I can't believe it's gonna. I was just shocked that they're able to pull off the moves that they do. I mean, even the guy that plays Chosen is 63. I mean, that's insane. I'm 50 and I can't move. Like, I'd be dead.
Yeah, I haven't seen you post anything about the gym. What happened?
Well, I'm finally, thank God, till my battery died, and let's hope it works, and it's not my car.
In your car, yeah.
I want to get. I wanted to get on a set schedule, so I knew what time I was getting off. I'm not getting off at 7. I'm not getting off at 3. I'm not getting off here and there. Now I've got a set schedule. It's like I'm off at 5. Next week I'll be off at 4:30. So now, I was trying to establish my sleep pattern. I just wanted everything to normalize before I pushed into doing anything else. So I'm kind of there now where I go to bed at the same time every night. I wake up at the same time every morning. So now everything's normalized up until last night when I couldn't start my car, you know. So yeah, I ain't been to the gym, but I'm gonna start going. I'll start going. I was gonna go tonight. That was the plan, was to go tonight,
Yeah.
and start back up. But my battery was dead, so hopefully that's gonna work now, and then I can go to the gym now every night because I don't want to look like I do for when I meet Colonel Steve Austin, the $6 million man, come November. So I've got to get to the gym and slim down before I meet Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. Because I don't know what this is, but I'm going this Fanboy Expo. It's at the
I did,
fairgrounds.
it's at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, the Expo Center at the fairgrounds.
Oh, I didn't even know. When did they start doing? Did they always do that down
I
there?
have never heard of it
Yeah.
before. So, I mean, they've got big names coming. I mean, it's not just, um, let's see here, Fanboy Expo Indianapolis. Because I have got to meet. I mean, I don't go around. I mean, you've been to Comic Con. I don't spend money on autographs usually. You know what I mean? But this guy, this is my guy. Like, this is like he was in. Um, he was a $6 million man. He was. He was a $6 million man. He was Colt Seaver. Colt Seaver was a bounty hunter, but he was a stunt man. Yeah, Hollywood stunt man, and he was a bounty hunter. It was a great show. And also played on the Big Valley, which was a western back in the '60s. But yeah, they've got so he's going to be there, and then Heather Thomas. She was the so you know who Heather Locklear is, right? You ever heard of Heather Locklear?
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, so Heather Thomas was like the Heather Locklear of the Fall Guy. You know, she came in, she wore bikinis all the time. She was hot and sexy, hot blonde. So she's going to be there. Lindsay Wagner, which is the Bionic Woman, which was like a spinoff from the $6 Million Man, she's going to be there. Barbara Eden, which is Jeannie of I Dream of Jeannie, right?
Huh?
Dave Foley, which he was co-founder of Kids in the Hall.
You skipped over Jason David Frank.
I did skip over Jason. I was saving him for last
I see.
because he's at every. Didn't we say he was
Yeah.
like every comic
Yeah.
convict?
Oh, is it? Is it? Is it? So I'm guessing it looks like it's pretty similar to Comic Con. Is
I
it
think
just
it
not
is.
as
It's just
big?
a smaller version.
Yeah.
But shit, this stuff's expensive because the meet and greet for Lee Majors, I can get an autograph. That's $60. I did find that out. But an autograph and a picture, which if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. You know what I mean? It's $140 for Lee Majors for a picture, an autograph picture, and I get a photo op with him. So the Fall Guy duo would be like choice because it's Heather Thomas and Lee Majors, right? Because Heather Thomas was in the Spank Bank for a while there. But it's $250 for that. So we're not doing that. The Bionic Duo is $235, but I don't need that either. That's Lindsay. I have got to meet freaking like when I was a kid, we watched the $6 million every week, $6 million man every week, right?
Uh-huh.
So Steve Austin's boss, his name was Oscar Goldman, right? So I called my dad Oscar for like 2 or 3 years. And my uncles would call him Oscar because I called him Oscar. Because I was Steve Austin. I mean, that's just, dad was my boss, so he's Oscar. So this is a humongous deal for me. Like, I've got to figure out how to scrounge up the money for this, but I'm going to this. I mean, it's only $30 to get in.
Yeah.
So it ain't like you're blowing a lot of money. The 40 at the door, 30 on. I mean, it's $50 for the weekend. You go Sunday's only 25, but I'm not going Sunday. But I have got to this is going to be like I'm like so excited. My brother texted me last night. He's like, Chris, did you see this? And I'm like, no way. Been having a heart attack about it all day long. But, yep, Jason David Frank back in Indianapolis. Like he is for every.
Yeah.
I think that's funny. But yeah, it's at the
Cool.
fairgrounds, whatever it is. It's at the convention expo or whatever it's called.
Indiana Event Center.
Yeah, event center. Yeah,
I don't think I've ever been there.
I think I've been there like in there because of the fair. I went to the state fair.
Yeah.
But I think that's the only reason that I've been there. But I think, see, they got Rikishi's going to be there, and Jerry the King Lawler, and Cad Bane guy, and Power Ranger Barbara Eden. That would be cool. But man, Heather Thomas looked like she got a lot of work done. She looks like an alien kind. She does. But yeah, I'm pretty fired up about Steve Austin, astronaut, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can rebuild him.
I don't know what that sounded. It's like a boomerang. The
Kind
boomerang
of, yeah.
sound. Yeah.
And when he ran in slow motion because he was so fast.
Yeah.
He could run at 60 mile an hour. They would have to slow it down, so he always ran. They always had him running in slow motion.
And everybody would just stand there, just kind of act like they stand there.
Yeah, exactly. But it was cool because he had this rule. I mean, it was his show, but it wasn't his show. But he knew that kids watched the show, that nobody was killed. Like none of the enemies were killed because he didn't want to show that violence to kids. So I thought that was kind
so
of
it's
cool.
like Batman.
Yeah, Batman A-Team was the same way, really.
Oh, really? Fuck, how is A-Team like that? They got guns everywhere.
Dude, they would flip Jeeps and stuff, and you'd have guys crawling out, and it was insane. But they had like Bigfoot episodes, and the $6 Million Man, right? And Ted Cassidy, who was Lurch in the Addams Family, he played Bigfoot in an episode or two, and then Andre the Giant played Bigfoot as well. So Andre the Giant was in the $6 Million Man. But they keep on talking about. I know Mark Wahlberg's name was attached to a movie. I think he was going to be the $6 billion man, because. Yeah, but I
Inflation.
don't know. Yeah, basically. I wasn't happy about it. I'm like, no, come on, because we know what they did with the A-Team, and a lot of these TV shows they turn into movies are stupid. Although I did like the Dukes of Hazzard. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I am actually very, very stoked. So that's in November. I got time to save up $140, $170. There's $30 for the ticket and $140 for the package. So, but I don't know. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. My brother sounds like he wants to go check it out, so we might check it out. I don't know. But I'm going. Anybody can go they want, or they don't have to go. I don't care. Doesn't matter to me. I will go. He's like, is it very big? I'm like, I don't know. I said, if not, I'll just go in there, get my autograph, get my picture, and go. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't think it's an all-day thing. I think
no.
It could be an all-day thing. I don't know how long the lines are going to be, or obviously I want to get there when the doors open so I can get in line. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's an all-day thing like it is at Comic-Con. Like I can see you bolting out around 12 or 1. You know what I mean? If the doors open at like 9 or 10, I think they open at 10. I bet you could spend a couple hours in there. So, and I don't know if they've got like the things that we go to, the panels. I don't know if they have panels or anything. So we'll just see. We will have to see. But I think that's all I watched was, I watched Thor on Saturday night. I watched Cobra Kai.
The new Thor?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I was talking about earlier. I didn't like it. Love and Thunder.
Yeah, I must have got food.
It's
While
just
you
it
were
just
about
kind of make him into like a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, I know.
That,
That's what Derek was saying. I guess when I was talking to him about it like a month ago, when it came, soon after it came out,
yeah,
he's like, it wasn't really that good. I was like, yeah, I was gonna go watch it, but I just don't really have time. I was like, I just might wait for it to come out on stream or something. So
yeah. He's kind of like he's just like a bumbling idiot. It's just I wasn't impressed with it. It's a little very disappointed. There is a documentary though on Disney about Obi-Wan, and it's like only an hour long, and it's really good. So you might
I've
want to
seen
check
a lot
that
of
one out.
clips. I've seen a lot of clips of that with like Hayden was talking about meeting Ewan again or whatever.
Yeah.
Ellen,
It's really
whatever.
good because
Ewan,
Ewan McGregor
Ewan,
talks about
yeah, Ewan.
he talks about seeing Star Wars as a kid, and
Uh-huh.
how they bought the VHS tape and they knew the dialogue of the movie. I'm like, oh my god, he's me. And he wasn't sure if he should put. He didn't think of himself as a big actor. He's more like an indie actor, and he was at that point when he uh, signed on to play Obi-Wan back in the '90s, and like they show him when he meets George Lucas, and it's a good show actually. As I said, it's only an hour long, so you might want to check it out. It's pretty good.
It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that one's pretty good. That's about all I watched outside of uh, IndyCar racing. Will Power is the IndyCar champion. Thank you for the $60, Will Power, that I put on you at the beginning of the season.
Would you put on it like $5 or something?
Yeah, I put $5 on him because I thought it was for the first race of the season, and it was on the championship. So I'm like, I'll let it ride. You just let
Yeah.
it ride. And yeah, he won. So thank you, $60. Appreciate
Nice.
it.
Do that a couple more times. You got your expo money.
I know. I was like, dude, I could put $5 bets on some football games or something, and I can get my expo money. It's exactly that's exactly. I was thinking the exact same
Yep.
thing. I might have to wait till I get paid next week. I mean, I got I got a month or so.
All right.
I don't see Lee Majors selling out meet and greet tickets.
Huh?
Got a few to save up, and yeah, I definitely. Don't worry, that thought has crossed my mind.
Oh man.
I think I had 100 free betting dollars on FanDuel. No, on DraftKings. So I can use it really.
Yeah. That's what I'd look for is this free bet. They usually have a free bet on like FanDuel like every week,
Yeah.
like a $5 or $10 one. That's what I would just do. Because if you lose, you can just bet it again. But
Yeah, that's true, right?
I didn't watch anything this week really.
How did you not watch Cobra Kai?
I watched the first 2 episodes. I just didn't get around to watching the rest of them.
Yeah, I went. I couldn't stop. I'm like, and it was like 11:30, and I'm like, dude, I gotta go to bed. I cannot be up. It's on Friday night, But it's like I've only got 4 episodes to go. So yeah, I finished it off Saturday morning. I was pretty excited.
Nice. Oh.
So I don't know. Anyway, so do you have any shower thoughts? I have one, but I don't know if we've ever used it before. We might have.
I don't know.
I have one. Hang on, where's it at? Let me find it. The one I saw, I don't know if when you sit on a toilet, you're connecting your butthole to a citywide network of connected buttholes.
Yeah, I think we've
Did we
discussed
use that? I was
think
like,
so.
that blew my mind because I wasn't sure. I was like, he's
It's
right.
so good it blew your mind twice.
It did. I mean, it's like he's so right. Wow.
I've seen I don't know, just the thing where it's like speaking of like holes, I guess does a straw have 1 or 2 holes?
Wow, that's a good question. I don't know. Does it have one or two?
I would say
It's
one.
a cylinder, right? So it's just one hole.
Right. I would say
But if it's got a hole in the middle, does it have two holes or three?
uh,
You know, like a pipe, and then you put a
yeah,
like if you put a
like an elbow in there.
yeah, or a
Or a
T.
T, yeah.
Yeah, you put a T in there. Does that make it? Does the one hole automatically become three?
Yeah, that's. Fuck, I was gonna say two, but it's like if it was a T, that. Shit.
There it is. There's our shower thought.
Yeah,
If you have two straws
keep me up at night.
and add a T to it, does it have two holes or three? Well, there we go.
All right, so this is what Google says about a single hole being a straw has a single hole.
Okay.
So a straw has a single hole. It's not two circles at the end of the straw, but rather the same circle.
Okay.
So that's why it has one hole.
Okay. I agree with that. I'm on board with the one hole in the straw.
But hold on. This was does a tube have one or two holes? And it says a hollow torus can be cut twice, once around the tube and then along the resulting cylinder. So by this definition, it has two holes. That was like an inner tube. Say if you look at an inner tube or something, you cut it.
Okay.
It's saying the resulting cylinder, which is I don't know. It's- That's so this the two openings relatively far apart, and perhaps that gives us the two holes. But to a what's a topologist? But to a topologist,
I don't know.
washers, polos, and donuts are all topologically equivalent to a straw with a single hole. Okay.
A
Whatever.
topologist, the study of geometric properties and spatial relations unaffected by the continuous change of shape or size of figures.
I was never really good at geometry.
I didn't make it past
Yeah.
algebra. I freaking flunked algebra. So
Oh,
that
no.
answers that question. Our points are moot, obviously. We can't get to
Yeah.
geography.
That's why we're Googling this shit. Oh, no.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
yeah.
you can find us on your favorite podcast platforms like Amazon, Spotify, TuneIn Radio, and
Apple.
iTunes.
Yeah.
And Amazon. Did I say Amazon?
Yeah, I think so.
And you can also find us on YouTube at Who's Your Nurse Podcast, and also on Facebook and Twitter, which is at Pod Nerds. And then that's all we've got this week. And you'll never have to know who's your nerds are, because that's us.
Who's your nerds?